Hi everyone, so my project was called Sound Recognition Intervention, and I focused on a 7-year-old boy named Kai who lives at home with his grandfather and his sister. Kai attends a charter school in northeastern Cleveland, and he is enrolled into a general education classroom in the second grade. Kai was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorders and ADHD when he entered the charter school in kindergarten. At the time of the intervention, Kai was not on any medication for his ADHD. In the past, Kai did show aggressive behaviors, but as he entered this school year, those behaviors have ceased. Kai was referred to the intervention because he is not on the second grade reading level. He is currently actually on a beginning first grade reading level. The targeted behavior was teaching Kai how to tap out sounds in a 3-letter word with either one verbal prompt or either independently. The verbal prompts did not include assisting Kai in having the correct sound of each letter. So tapping out is, if you're not familiar with it, if the word is cat, you teach Kai how to go k, at. So you connect your thumb and your point finger together, your thumb and your middle finger together, and then your thumb and your ring finger together to make the sounds. The behavior was measured with frequency data, so I measured the correct amount of words that Kai was able to tap out independently or with only one verbal prompt. The design of the experiment was a multiple baseline design across settings. The first setting was his spelling session, which occurred in the morning, and then the second session was his reading comprehension session, which occurred in the afternoon. Baseline data was collected in the spelling session, and this was collected for 5 consecutive days. In the spelling session, I wrote down a 3-letter word on a dry erase board and asked Kai to sound out the word. Kai was told to do this without any assistance, and I marked down the correct amount of words that he was able to tap out of 4. In the reading comprehension session, this was also taken for 5 consecutive days, and the teacher provided Kai with a reading passage. In the reading passage, I underlined 4 3-letter words, and once I read the passage, once I got to that underlined word, I stopped and asked Kai to sound out the word without any assistance. Baseline and treatment data was baseline and treatment, and the treatment occurred in Kai's second grade classroom. Kai's desk is located in the back of the classroom, and so it provided him with limited distractions in the isolated area so that he could focus on his work. In the spelling session, the treatment occurred at his desk, and we first recited the alphabet. The school uses a system called Fundations, in which you say the letter of the alphabet, a word that begins with the letter, and then the sound. So A, apple, a, B, bat, ba. We went through the entire alphabet and then once again went over the vowel sounds. After we did that, I wrote down a 3-letter word and assisted Kai with tapping out that sound. If Kai was able to tap out the word independently or with only one verbal prompt, it was marked as correct. If not, I demonstrated how to tap out the word again for Kai. We moved on to the reading comprehension setting once Kai achieved a goal of 80% accuracy for 4 consecutive sessions in the spelling session. The reading session intervention still occurred at his desk in the back of the classroom. We did not recite the alphabet. Instead, we got a passage from the teacher. I underlined 3-letter words, and I underlined 4 of them. We went over the reading passage. Once I got to an underlined word, Kai was asked to tap out the word. If he was able to tap it out correctly, which was independently or with only one verbal prompt, it was marked down on the graph. If not, I once again demonstrated how to tap out the sounds. IOA was observed by his reading specialist during their afternoon session between 1:15 p.m. and 1:45 p.m. And this occurred for 8 consecutive sessions for both baseline and the treatment data combined. The results of the data showed that the reading comprehension session actually had a higher mean than the spelling session. The spelling intervention mean was 3, while the reading comprehension session was a 3.222 or 3.22. The graph of the data, sorry, my printer stopped working at the last minute, so I had to get a copy of the graph on my iPad. So I'm going to bring this up to see if you can see it. And this is the graph for the data for both the baseline of the spelling session and the interventions for the spelling session on top, and on the bottom is the reading comprehension session, which shows both baseline and the treatment data. The intervention had a few setbacks. One, I was limited in time as far as how long I was able to collect data. Due to the time constraints, I wasn't able to provide any generalization or maintenance intervention for CHI. And also the sample size was a little small, which was I wasn't able to really get accuracy on how successful the intervention was overall.